women in Ukraine, women in China, women in Colombia, what they will say is, I don't mind meeting somebody older as long as we're from the same generation. The women in Ukraine have told me, and what I will tell you is what they have told me. I have no reason to tell you otherwise. Women in Ukraine, women in China, women in Colombia, what they will say is, I don't mind meeting somebody older as long as we're from the same generation. In other words, if he's older than my parents, it's going to get a little weird. I don't know that I'm going to be attracted to him, and that's going to be a problem for us. He may be interesting to hang out with. We can eat sushi together, but is it going to get romantic? Am I going to marry this guy? Am I going to have this guy's children? Am I going to move halfway around the world and live my life with somebody who's older than my parents? I think the vast majority of women in Ukraine would not prefer to do that, as evidenced by what I've seen in 17 years of romance tours to Ukraine. Guys, I've done like 25 tours to Ukraine. I've met hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men, thousands and thousands of women, literally. And so I think that's very reliable information. So when you meet somebody, you ask her, how old are your parents? If you're older than her parents, that's probably not the direction that you want to go in. So if you're in your 50s and 60s, guys, you're probably looking at women in their 30s and 40s, right? If you're in your 40s, you can meet women in their mid to late 20s. I wouldn't go any younger than that, but that's just my advice. You can do what you want. But that's what I think, Ed, all right?
Edward, John, what are your top 3 or 4 tips for us AFA guys do well with the younger ladies, to do well with younger ladies? Some of us are not as good looking as Bud. Should we do anything different for the Philippine ladies versus Ukraine or Colombian ladies? Oh my gosh, Edward, those are interesting questions. What do you think?
My tips for you is be neat and clean.
Hygiene goes a long way, you know, showers, taking care, cutting the fingernails. You'd be surprised at how many guys forget about hygiene, but hygiene goes a long ways. And
confidence.
Confidence goes.
Wear your confidence, and the approachable appearance. Because when you're confident, then the lady will gonna like click. You're confident, and they feel like opening like an open. You're opening yourself to welcome the ladies to meet to them and then get to know you better.
Yeah, if you're confident, women want to be around you. They want to be around someone who's confident because they want you to be able to take care of them. I mean, this all goes down to way beyond what we're thinking about. It's all subconscious, but women are drawn to that. And so being confident, especially with a younger woman, will go a long ways. Having a sense of humor is a wonderful way to break the ice. And if you can laugh at yourself, a little self-depreciating humor goes a long ways as well. If you take yourself way too seriously and you can't laugh about yourself, that's not a good thing. So, you know, be able to joke a little bit, make fun of yourself a little bit. Women like that, but not too much, but a little bit, and the women like that. You know, my partner has a great saying about that. If you're going for someone a little bit younger, you know, you got to have the game to cover the spread, right? So if you're going to have a little bit of an age difference there, yet you want to go home and watch Wheel of Fortune at 8 o'clock at night, have a warm glass of milk and go to bed, that may not go over very well, right? So you have to ask yourself, do you have the strength, do you have the energy to keep up with someone who's a little bit younger than you are, right? Yeah. Rob keeps up, you do pretty well, right?
Of course.
And you guys got a little bit of an age difference going, but
yeah, you know, we have the 30 years gap, and John and Jolly has 36 years gap.
So that's a big age difference.
It's not.
Right?
No,
okay, for you, it's nothing. It's just a number, and you know what? The two of you are senior chemistry. You guys have been around now for quite some time. We've had you over the house often, and you guys do great.
No borders. Want to learn more? check out our website,
a-foreign-affair.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.